My name is Dr. Olayemi Oyebanji. I'm the wife of the governor of Ekiti State, Governor Olayemi Oyebanji. Without being biased, or let me say without mixing words, if I want to go by the 6 pillars of this administration, I will say that Governor Oyebanji has done a lot. He has covered a lot of ground. In terms of governance, it's evident. It's evident for everybody to see what he has done with governance. He has brought governance to the people. He has brought governance, good governance, to the doorstep of average Ekiti person. No wonder they nickname him People's Governor. That is for governance. You know, it's one of the pillars of this administration. And we also have youth development and job creation. Of course, it's in the public domain what the governor is doing with youths in terms of ICT, empowerment, job creation. So many things are ongoing for the youth. In terms of human capital development, of course, various trainings are ongoing in the state. You know, recently, 1,500 teachers were engaged, were employed into primary school, and they have been trained. So also civil servants, promotions, here and there, a lot has been done. We also talk about agriculture and rural development. Of course, you will agree with me that Ekiti is now a pace setter when it comes to giving the right of place to agric. We have cluster farming, an initiative of the governor, where we have over 900 youths now involving in or engaging in productive agricultural program all over these 3 senatorial districts. You saw the governor about a week or 2 weeks ago in Rio on Okada trying to go and see things, you know, for himself in the area of agric. And with that development, a lot of youths are also registering. They want to be part of this initiative. In terms of infrastructural and industrialization, of course, you see, we have a lot of infrastructural development that the governor has embarked on in Ekiti State. Look at Ring Road, look at Ayebandele Road, look at Ado Ifaki Road that have been just for a year. Even there are a lot of soft infrastructures that the governors have embarked on. Communities in Omo, Aisegba that don't have light for years, for over 10 years. Igbara Odo, Ipogosi, all these places have been connected to national grid. That's, there are too numerous to mention. Or we want to talk about arts and culture and tourism. Ekiti is on the world map about culture. There are a lot, as I'm talking to you now, pupils of FUNAM were in the state yesterday, about 130 of them. They came to Ekiti for tourism. Ekiti is being open up. So with all these 6 pillars being wrapped in the sheer prosperity agenda of the governor, everybody, whether you are a civil servant, you are a medical person, you are an artisan, everybody is benefiting from this governor, and the testimony is everywhere. So for me, the governor deserves kudos. He has done well, and he can only get better by the grace of God. Everybody knows that mine is to play a complementary role. So whatever my husband is doing, I'm just complimenting him. And the extent of my compliment is a function of how my husband supports this office. And I want to see this opportunity to thank my husband for giving me this platform to do what I've been able to do so far to complement this government. I have a pet project that is also in the public domain called Project WOW, Widows, Aged and Orphans Project, where I've been able to reach out to the widows. We have active widows, we have non-active, after collecting data on them. And as I speak, we have over 30,000 widows that are registered with my office. And I've been trying to touch them bit by bit. Because Project WOW is not government sponsored, it's a foundation, it's my foundation, it's a platform I created to reach out to the widows. And not only to the widows, even to the orphans. Every now and then, every academic session, I do back to school program. 4th year of my husband's administration, I did about 400 orphans. This year I've done about 500, and a lot of local governments are even political appointees. They are also borrowing me from this. giving back, school bag and all, what have you to school. So I've been able to do that, and that's one aspect. I've empowered about 400 widows last year during Mr. Governor's first year anniversary, based on what they requested. Some requested for freezer to sell drink, some sewing machines, some grinding machines, some computer set. I'm able to do that with the support of good-spirited people in the society that give me money. Then this year again, during the second anniversary, I've also penned down some widows, about 300, that I'm going to empower again. And I scaled it up a bit than last year. Last year, I also empowered some orphans in our institutions of higher learning. I was able to do 25 orphans. But during this second anniversary, I'm doing 50 orphans that I'm going to support in our institution of higher learning with 100,000 naira to support for their academic each. So if I'm doing about 50 orphans, we're talking about 5 million. And that is not all. I also have another 50 primary school orphans. I've been able to get a support from an organization who is giving them scholarship to university level. So these are the things I'm doing to support or to complement what Governor Olayemi Oyebanji is doing in office. If I want to say, basically is to impart the women and the youth. Don't forget that I have widows, over 30,000 widows that have registered with me and have profiled. And I discovered that they are genuine widows who I need so as to support their children. So I look at how am I going to cover for 30,000 before leaving office. And I got in contact with Mama Nike at Gallery, and in the course of discussion, she also shared with me that we can still train some of them in the art of adire making. So that's how I battered the vision of Adire Ekiti. And each time I train, I usually pick 50 active widows, not aged widows, because those ones can still work and labor. So I take 50 active widows, I give slots to youths ministry, I give them about 50 slots, I give to stakeholders. So far, through Adire Ekiti, I've trained 400 people, 200 from South Senatorial District and another 200 from Central Senatorial District. Basically, my intention of Adire Ekiti is to see how I can empower and make impact in the life of women. Time waits for no one. So I have to move fast and cover as much ground as possible by touching our women and touching our youth. That's what informed my decision, and I'm glad at the result I'm seeing. My slogan has always been, life is about impact, and it's about opportunity. I won't be in this office forever. So maybe that informs the way I move. I'm an associate professor by the grace of God in the Premier University of Ibadan. And by my calling, by my job, I'm wired to multitask. Because as a lecturer, you have to teach, you have to publish papers, that's your research. And that is what we also inform whether you'll be promoted in the next promotion. And you have to also do community service. As a lecturer, you have to go back to your community. We call it tan and gan relationship. You have to do all that. And I'll be doing that, coupled with the fact that I'm also a wife, I'm a mother. I'll be doing all that. Now, this is joining it. So it has been by the grace of God. And I'm able to juggle it. Don't forget, I also teach in this office, going to EXU, going to abroad to teach the students. It's part of me. And I won't say it's by my power, but by God's grace, I'm able to multitask. That's just the way I am wired by the reason of my training as a university lecturer. There are many impacts, but the one that I would love to mention is, let me tell you, widows that will I say that the most vulnerable members of the society. Vulnerability, let me say, is in degrees, in stages. We have poor, and we have the poor, and we have the poorest of the poor. A woman may be married, may be poor, but you have a husband who is supporting you. But these ones, it's not that they lost their husband, they are also very vulnerable with issues attached to widowhood in our society. And it doesn't stop with them. It's like it will cascade to their children. So, from day one, my mind has always been on them. And the significant impact is that this True Wow project, I see them being touched and I see them being happy. Some of them will break down in tears, crying for joy when we, give them such intervention. And it makes me emotional. Like, apart from the empowerment I do for them, they are also free to come to this office. I have a food bank for them, where they walk in from time to time. If you don't have anything to cook for your children, just come. And I've also encouraged the wife of local government chairman, please, in your own various local governments, domicile that. Because it may be difficult for somebody to come from Otu to Ado, somebody who doesn't have money to eat. Where will she get transportation fare? And some of them, I believe, I'll be doing that. But in Ado, I have, in the office of the wife of the governor here, I have a food bank for them. They come around, we give them food package, we give them money, and we have a follow-up team, a committee I put in place to see how they are doing. And you see them. There was a widow who told her that what she used to survive on is to go to the bush, fetch firewood and sell. But today she's running her own little shop in front of her house, selling small things. And she said something, say, can't you see my face? I'm not looking haggard again, I'm fresh. That, really touched my heart. So there are lots of, when you see them and you see their children happy, don't forget that their children are the ones I will give my bag back to school to. I won't give it to somebody who has parents too. I will give to them. I see them filled with joy. I see them, feel themselves as members of our society. And that is quite significant. That's quite charming to me. And I'm thankful to God that I'm able to do this. It's still around all this my intervention. I've mentioned that of the widows now. Do you know this at the Ekiti? In the course of my tour of the local government, I met some of my trainees. Don't forget I said we picked 200 from this senatorial district. So on getting to this senatorial district, I met some of these trainees. They came to receive me. They showcased their work, what they have been doing. In fact, in many of the local governments, they were the ones that tired dire, that the women wore to come and welcome me. And that is quite significant to me. I saw them doing this work. I remember in Nemure, or Ise Orun, the Adire people, the trainee came with their work. I was practically sending the work. I was sending their t-shirt. I bought and I encouraged members of the table, please buy. Let's buy from them. Let's encourage them so that they can produce. That is quite deep. I bought quite a number of those t-shirts and Adire to, as souvenir for people. And the people on the table also bought. So they exhausted all their ways so that they can be encouraged. So to me, it's quite deep. And not only that, some of the trainees are now the trainers in Adire Hub. Initially, when we started, we brought people from Lagos, from Abeokuta to train. After that initial contact, the trainees, we retrain them. They are the one now training our children. I have about 15 of them. They are if you get to Adire Hub now, they are there producing clothes. They produce for teachers, they produce for NSC, they produce for association. And from that, they're able to earn, their living. That is quite deep and it's quite significant. Actually taught the local government what was my mission? What was I looking for? I felt that there's a need to go back to those local governments and meet the women at the grassroots level. The tradition is to say, okay, bring 50 women from all the 16 local governments and the LCDA, bring them. But that tour afforded me the opportunity to see them one-on-one, because I met with an average of 500 women per local government. Is it possible to bring 500 women from each local government to Ado? Which transport are we going to, But I was able to see, such large number of women, grassroots women. And I was able to engage them, I was able to get feedback from them. And through that tour, I saw the love and the stability of the government of the day. It was all about, wow. I saw the genuine love, appreciation of what Governor Olayemi Oyebanji is doing for Ekiti people, especially the women. And I was able to also intimate them about what I do in my office. And when I was going, I went with some palette, it's like I cannot go empty-handed. I was able to touch them. So I saw love. That's my experience. I saw acceptability of Governor Biodun-led administration. I saw appreciation of what the governor has been doing in the state. Through this office, there are lots of collaborations. For instance, health, women's health, children's health, mother's health. There are a lot of things we do through office with the Ministry of Health. We have Mother and Child Week, Maternal Week, where we showcase breastfeeding. For our nursing mother, they bring their children, we talk with them. Health officials from Ministry of Health also join us. We do it in collaboration with them. Recently, I hope you are aware that I was able to use my office to get mammogram machine for our teaching hospital for our women. It's part of the things I'm doing. And some record that is teaching hospital X2 is the only teaching hospital in the entire nation that has mammogram machine. Even all the big names in teaching hospital, they don't have it. It's the only, now it's on record, you can check. Now, and that machine now, our women can go there, and we have been sensitizing them to go there, go and check, for early detection of breast cancer and whatever. So the Cancer Center, Olayinka Cancer Center, has a brand new mammogram machine, which by the grace of God, this office facilitated with the support of my husband. Of course, the government bought it, but I was able to put, put words concerning that, and the machine is there now. And apart from that, we do have the Warming Week. So many things we do in the area of health and awareness on cancer. This month is Cancer Awareness Month, and I'm also partnering with X2 again. I'm going to have about 200 women, check for breast cancer. It's not free, they are still collecting money from me, but they are giving me discounts, at least for our women, so that it's not be about paparazzi of wearing t-shirts, running around. Let's get our women checked. These are the things I do through my office. Don't forget, at the beginning of this interview, I said I have over 30,000 widows profiled, registered in this office. So my desire is to see all of them being touched, covered before I leave office. So I'm running. I have that plan. And to see more of our youth trained, in the art of adire making. Ekiti is already on the world map for adire now. And our youth are showing enthusiasm, interest. So I want to see more of them. I want to leverage on their interest to see more of them trained. And when they train, those who are making adire among them, they send on social media. Instead of being on social media to be dragging, now they post what they make on social media. The initial arrangement was, when you do your job, bring it to the hub. I will buy it off you. I will resell. They no bring go. They say, Mommy, don't worry, we sell ourselves. I think it pays them to sell on the social media. I mean, on the, whether on Instagram or whatever, they are selling. At least those who are serious about it. So my desire going forward is to see more youths being productively engaged in the art of adire making, more women, young women, more widows, being empowered. So by the time I leave office, and I will look back, I will be satisfied, about what God has used me to do in Ekiti State. So far, so good. Bao-led administration couldn't have been possible without the support of the people. I told you just now that the kind of appreciation, love shown to Bao when I went to visit those local governments, was unprecedented. I've never seen that. It was organic, not fake. And I want that to continue. I want the people to continue to support Bao-led administration. Let there be peace, let there be love. Because it's in the atmosphere of peace that development can thrive. So I want to see Ekiti people continue to support, to continue to love him, to continue to help him. And I want to see them continue to participate in governance. It's very key. Like the governor is going around now, liaising with the people on 2025 budgets. And they are hearing their view, what they want, community by community. I want to see that continue. I want to see governments, the way the government is with the people now, to remain so, and they continue to engage the government for the good of Ekiti people. And finally, before I round up, I want to use this platform to also thank our dear president. President Tinubu, I thank him. He's a father to us. And our dear mommy, I call her Mommy Tinubu, our Excellency, Senator Olayemi Tinubu, for their intervention in Ekiti affair. They have done well for us in Ekiti State. Baba promised to support Bao when he came campaigning in Ekiti, and he has been true to his word. Bao didn't hide it. He has been saying it in different fora that Baba has been very supportive of Ekiti, and I want to use this platform to thank Baba very well for supporting us, for various interventions in Ekiti, and for the good of the people. And to Mommy, my dear Mommy Tinubu, I want to say thank you very much, ma, for all that she has done for us in Ekiti. Severally, she has sent palliative to us, food, clothing. Recently, they even sent clothing. I say, it's clothing part of what, if you give us bales of clothes for vulnerables, which I'm even sorting out to send to homes. Scholarship to our children, facilities in our institutions of higher learning. Even recently, 1,000 traders were empowered by Mommy, 50,000 naira to small-scale business owners. And she gave 50 million to Ekiti State and other states of the Federation for our women. We are seeing some that have not seen, they have come to complain, and I say, okay, we are clearing it up. And what we have done, the larger part of the empowerment. Mama is the one doing this to us. And I used to say it jokingly among our first ladies. If there's any first lady girl that the husband is not supporting, with the support of Mama Tinubu, we have done more than enough. So I thank them, Daddy Tinubu, our president, and Mommy Tinubu. I only pray that God will strengthen them, that they will finish this administration well and strong. And we look forward to continued support of Ekiti State under their administration. Thank you very much.